So Hugh, how long have you been working with Ali?
A year, pretty much, to this regatta.
And how did you get put together effectively?
Well, I'm the squad coach for the laser radials, and I took on that role, a couple of weeks before South Gold, end of May last year, and she was one of the 2 performance sailors in that squad, so I've been working with her ever since.
And what's she like to work with?
Oh, she's got an amazing work ethic, unbelievably dedicated, and just a striving for the best she can be in everything. There's just no stone unturned in her sort of ambition to win Olympic medal.
So that must be quite a luxurious position to be in as a coach.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic for me. Obviously, you can help sort of create a lot more opportunities and help create a lot more success. If it is that there's just such an eagerness to learn and get better and have an open attitude towards improvement. So yeah, it's very invigorating.
When you're looking about what you're going to focus on in the day's training, is it a two-way discussion, or do you think, oh well, I remember what happened yesterday, I'd like to focus on this, or is it sort of between the 2 of you?
It's between the 2 of us. We have sort of a hit list of things that we want to work on, from the assessment of her performance and analysis of her performance, sort of each month by month, week by week, and then down to day by day. So we try and make sure we're pretty structured in how we approach it, and it's important to make sure that you not only you trying to improve on the things that are obviously little gainers, but also we're trying to build on strengths and really build on strengths.
So during a regatta situation, what is your role involved then?
So a little motivation to make sure that we just keep the intensity at the right level. So that's one dimension. The other dimension is a general glad-handing bag carrier and enthusiastic supporter, food carrier, drink provider, jacket holder, and towing person.
Oh, so you're quite useful to have around then.
Yeah, I think I've got a few opportunities for the future.
So when you're working so closely with someone like that, do you sort of find that you become sort of an agony aunt as well, and a confidant, or is it very much, right, this is the job in hand, or is it really important that you become a team effectively?
It's vital that you become a team. I think as we've only been in a privileged position to actually be sort of working one-to-one with each other really since in the last 3 weeks, whereas before it's always been a squad basis, so you have to divvy your time up in between all the athletes. So it's been really nice to be able to actually focus in on the one person and help them make improvements and keep on the boil. And when that happens, as you say, it's very, very important to make sure it's a team, and you're covering, you're looking out for their back, and equally you're helping make sure that the mood stays a nice constant level, and that they, if there are any things that emotionally might come along, you just try and take the pressure off, like interviews and stuff.
So this is Ali's first Olympics. Potentially there's a lot of pressure on there. How do you sort of try and keep her grounded and focused?
Well, with Ali, it's a pretty straightforward task, because she is so focused, and she's very good at making sure she just keeps on top of what she has to do on a daily basis, and the routine stays the same. And we're really keen to make sure that we just keep to that. It is quite easy when all the lights and the cameras and everything come on, and people are asking for your opinion all the time, to get distracted, and we regularly just sort of talk through what ifs. So for the lack of experience that she has of not being to a games before, I've been to a games before, I've seen how things will work out, and I can give her that dimension and help her through some of the pitfalls. So in our what ifs, we're able to try and iron out any of the possible glitches and and just keep talking about stuff. You need to keep it really open and really sort of to the point and where you're focused at the moment, and also work through any of the things that I'd kind of like to try this or that, in just how you sort of work on a daily basis. And we're still learning, so for us it's great because things are building to a crescendo with the games, and we're in the same sort of flow. And it's nice to be on an upward trend as we go towards the games, because then we can keep the tempo up. I think sometimes if you selected a long way in advance, then there may, in some, if it's a class where it's still quite standard kit, it may be a little bit tricky to keep yourself up and fully dialed into it and fully fired, whereas we're sort of building through what we've done in training and just trying to keep we keep doing a good job keeping momentum going.
What are the biggest pressures on you as a coach?
For me, I think it's, I suppose, balancing the desire to try and help and assist over the knowledge of how much the athlete can take on board. Because obviously, nobody's perfect and there are always things that can be improved on, but it's really important to make sure you get the right balance of support and enthusiasm and learning, but not to overload. And the overloading bit is the tricky situation, and you must make sure you know your athlete really well so that you just get the balance right.
Obviously, we hear about the support that sits around the athletes, but equally I imagine that's just as important for you guys as coaches, that you have support. Do you sort of lean on each other for support and sort of unwind with each other?
Yeah, we've I've got some good buddies in the team, and it's quite nice to be able to just sort of step away from it from time to time and just have a bit of a yarn, and you might occasionally get a chance to, if it's not it's 6 o'clock again, but if it's a little bit less stressful, that you can get out and have a quiet drink in a pub or whatever. We've got a really strong team. There's a lot of awesome sailors and a really strong coaching staff, and we've as a team overall, we've put a lot of effort in to try and be well prepared to a very fine level of detail, and that's helped everyone sort of wrap their arms around each other and make a really strong team bond and feeling. So I think we're pretty lucky. It's a pretty special place we are at the moment, and we're just really excited and enthused going forwards.
Fantastic. So with Ali, would you say that she has a different personality on the water to off the water? What's she sort of like in those two environments?
There's it's pretty similar. She's a very focused individual, both on and off the water, and she loves having a bit of fun, and we're playing tennis in Germany and going for bike rides, and she loves a bit of football, and she loves riding a unicycle. So not that I can do it.
No, I was going to say, have you had a go?
Yeah, I've had a go. Not my best hour. Not my best hour, but she's very interesting, very interesting lady, and she's got a whole wide variety of skills that most of us would only dream of. So it's quite nice. It's good.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the laser Radial itself? What kind of boat it is, how it is to sail, the conditions it's best suited to?
Yeah. So it's a single-handed dinghy. It has one sail. It has a centreboard and rudder. It's here we go. I think it's just over 4 meters long, and the sail area for the laser Radial, which is a slightly smaller sail than the laser, which most people might recognise, is 5.7 meters relative to the guy's sail, which is about 7.1. So slightly smaller, but because the boat's the same size, it means that in conditions like we've had today, very windy conditions, then it's a real physically demanding boat to sail. So that's kind of the boat, and what you need to be very fit to sail the boat, exceedingly aerobically fit, and also very strong to be able to manhandle this boat that's a bit big for you around. The type of racing we do is is a race normally lasts about an hour. We do 2 different types of course. It's called a trapezoid, so we head up towards the wind, reach across, and then do laps up and down a sausage, effectively, which is an outer loop course. And if we do an inner loop course, we do up towards the wind, a couple of sausages, then reach down and then to the finish. Being at home games brings a whole new dimension of challenges that you don't necessarily get when you're away. When you're away, you're in your bubble of doing whatever you're doing, and people can't get at you so much other than on the phone. So whereas here, obviously, friends and family and whatever could come down and say hi. So, and also there's the expectation of it being the home games. Each of these things brings their own unique challenges, and actually, in most of the situations we talk about, it's all about making opportunities happen. So things might be a little challenging, but actually there's kind of always a little silver lining to them if you take it in the right direction.
How do you keep yourself motivated?
Well, when you've got an athlete like Ali, it's pretty exciting times, because she's a dynamo herself. I really like just helping people learn and get better, and it's I've been to the games and seen what that's all about, and have achieved well in my own sailing, and it's nice to be able to put something back, and it's nice to challenge yourself in a slightly different way as well. Obviously, coaching somebody, you can take some of your experiences and pitfalls you might have made in the past and help use that experience to bolster Ali's performance in the future. So it's a nice challenge.
Do you constantly got your coaching hat on?
Yeah, I mean, you've constantly got your coaching hat on, and it's nice to be able to help people out. But we're pretty focused on making sure that we're doing the best job possible for getting our athlete to be the #1 spot at the games, and in most of the time that's involved with helping the rest of my squad improve their level to then push Ali on. And they're all good sailors, and they're all the best of the best on their day, and so that's what we need to do. We just need to keep pushing hard. You look at the Finn class, Ben Ainsley, Giles Scott, all those guys, they're the best in the world, and that's why we're the best in the world in that class. And we're working hard to prove that the Radial sailors are just as right up there as well.